Coach, how you holding up?
Holding.
I know it was difficult to talk about it before the game, and you said you wanted to address what happened in Texas with the team afterwards. I mean, how is the team doing after all that's transpired today?
I mean, it's tough. We're trying to celebrate like something that we've accomplished, and then real life kind of gets into it. And it was a moment. I appreciated Kathy mentioning it and us having a moment of silence for it. But it's just a tough situation. There's a lot of stuff that's bigger than basketball, and they were 2 days away from going on vacation, so I'm sure like parents were planning on trips, and you have to it's just tough. It's tough. You have a second and third and fourth graders, and children are so innocent, and they're just learning life, and they don't deserve to be in situations where you don't get a chance to see tomorrow. So, yeah.
I know it's hard to think about basketball right now with that in mind, but what was it like to be able to celebrate with your team, them finally being able to see what championship rings look like? What was that moment like, just being all together one last time to like celebrate the 2021 championship before you take on the rest of the season?
It was a good moment that we appreciate, and all your hard work comes together, and then the celebration, and you kind of get etched in history. History comes when the banner's raised and the rings are given out, and so it was a good moment. It was a good moment, and I'm glad I got to share with the players and with the fans, with you guys. So I think it was a great moment to actually be a part of, and now we just have to keep pushing forward and try to see how we can better the group that we have. Yeah.
Coach, appreciate your time. Could you talk about Indiana's effort, especially Emily Angsler on defense, and then in the fourth quarter she only had 1 rebound. What did you adjust to be able to keep her off the boards and keep them from getting second chance points?
We just had to match her energy and her effort. Marianne is doing a great job, and their coaching staff of preparing them and having them ready to play every game. And you see why she's a Hall of Fame coach. I know a lot of people probably peg them as a team that's rebuilding, and probably count them out as going to making a playoff push, but they haven't sent them the memo about that, because they're a tough team, and they're going to give you everything you got. And if you think it's going to be an easy win or easy game, you're mistaken. We had to pull everything out that we could to actually get that. And I like the fact that we started to attack them and put them on their heels a little bit. And when you started to see us kind of be a little bit more disciplined, even though we can take that up a step farther if we want to be an upper echelon team. But they gave us everything, and I have a lot of respect for the players, and especially young players, and just all the players in the locker room, and Marianne and the coaching staff over there, because they're every game that we've actually scouted, they've played so hard, and they make you have to match that.
Coach, talk about the impact that Kalia Copper brings to the team. I know she hasn't started the season. She wasn't able to start the 2 games for the season, but with her coming back, talk about the impact that she's brought to the team today, especially down the stretch in the fourth quarter.
I mean, we missed that starting the season. You could tell that she wasn't in our locker room, in our practices, because she takes us up to another level when, that energy, it's kind of hard to match, and it's a trust that's already there that she's going to bring her A game, even if the shots aren't falling. Defensively, she's going to put everything she has into it. So having her and having her there it's really big for us.
More questions for Coach?
Coach, how involved were you in terms of like the design of the ring? Like, did they ask you about anything like anything that you would want on it, or you or the players would want on it?
Yeah, I was pretty involved. So I knew what the ring looked like. I tried to, kind of design put the bean and other landmarks on here, and a lot of it I was a part of. So it was really cool to actually be a part of that, and I think it came out okay. Yeah, players didn't see it, and they didn't want to see it, and I was trying to show it to everybody. Hey, you want to see it? You want to see it? Nobody wanted to, and yeah, so that sucked. I couldn't share it with nobody, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach, what'd you say at halftime to the team, trailing by 7?
I thought they were just out toughing us, and I thought we were probably concerned with the wrong things. We have a very coachable group, and you just lay out the game plan and say, hey, this is what it's going to take, and it all starts on the defensive end. And they were responsive right away. As far as, offensively, I felt like the ball was sticking a lot, and that's not our brand of basketball. I think we had 7 or 8 assists in the first half, and we actually in the first 2 minutes and 4 seconds we had 4 assists in the third quarter, and that's the team that I recognize. Like, we moved the ball, and if you see a half that we have 8 assists, that's not us doing what we're supposed to be doing. But I have a really selfless group, so and they're very coachable, and they decided in the second half that the ball was going to move, and we boxed out better. We challenged them at halftime, and they did a better job of doing it. Of course, we can improve on it, of course, but we're getting there.
Last question for Coach.
Thanks, Coach. I'm wondering, Candace Parker, she's 36 years old. She's 2 days removed from a triple-double, the second of her career. She just had another great game tonight. What is it that gets her to perform at such a high level this many years into her career?
I think she's a great player, and the passion and the love for the game is amazing. And she wants to be great. And she's still a person that's going to bring that professionalism like she did from the first day, even into this year. And that's something that we appreciate. It's having players like that. It's not everyday circumstance. Like you really have to appreciate those players when they're here. Can we get one more question? Can we get it right? I know it takes a lot of nerve to raise your hand, so.
Thank you. I'm just wondering, coming off of the victory in the finals, is there a change in the pressure that the team feels when they're going into this season? Pressure being the defending champions?
See, we would have missed that question. Good question. So, I mean, no, for me, no. I don't know what the other players, but I try not to put that on them. We see with everything that transpired today is pressure at life, period. This is a game. Really, this is a game. And you have a lot of things going on, and I wouldn't want this to be something that, you feel like, hey, I gotta have. I think the hunger to want to win is something that we have. And so you put that pressure, a certain amount of pressure on yourself every day, even if we didn't win or if we did. But it's nothing that's life or death. I'm probably the only one that sees it like that, and that's cool for me. That's just the way I'm wired. But as far as me putting it on the team, I don't think we approach it any way different think we have a trust in each other that's constant because we have one, and we just keep it going from there.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, appreciate you guys.
Allie, this morning about how you hadn't seen the championship rings until, you weren't going to see it until tonight. Now that you've seen them, like, what do you make of them?
I love them. I think they're perfect. I want to wear it all the time, but I don't trust myself, so I'm just gonna keep it somewhere safe.
We're not going to see you wear it on the court.
No.
Fair enough. I mean, what did it really hit you tonight? Just seeing, Win Trust being packed, and again, just being able to celebrate this moment with your teammates. I mean, what was that like? And did it feel real now that you get to celebrate it with this group?
Yeah. Maybe I'll have goosebumps again, just kind of watching the jumbotron and seeing some of the highlights from last year, and just kind of reliving that a little bit. It's very special. We know that it's a very rare thing to be able to experience. So we're just trying to take it all in, and it's still kind of focus on the game. It's kind of a hard thing to do.
Allie, with this being the post-championship season, is there kind of a tangible feeling when you play other teams that they're putting in extra effort, just kind of, since you're the defending champs, trying to knock you off the mountain each game, each time out?
Yeah, I think so. It's something we have to remind ourselves of, that I guess we have a little bit of a target on our back. So we just got to know that everyone's going to be bringing their game, and we got to match that energy and, not like play to our opponent. I think we're still just growing and learning, and every group is different. This is a new group, different than last year. So we're still just kind of trying to gel and get our chemistry together.
Allie, you obviously came from DePaul. You celebrated your first championship at DePaul, rose the banner at DePaul. What does it mean to have that connection to you?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty rare. I'm sure not a lot of people have gotten that opportunity. Unfortunately, I didn't play here, so it doesn't feel as much like, my home DePaul. I played in Lincoln Park, but just to be able to, be in DePaul's locker room and have that memory and, see all the alums down the hallway there, definitely feels like home. And just, again, to have my family here at every game, it's something I definitely don't take for granted. I know it's a special thing to be able to experience.
And how does it feel to play with Kalia again as she's coming back from overseas, and the impact that she had in today's game?
So good. I mean, just the second she got back here, her energy and just her presence, I think we finally felt like we were a little bit more whole than before. And she makes the game easy. She's obviously so good on both ends of the floor. So I think once she got back here, it was kind of like, okay, this is us. Let's start growing. Let's start gelling and just playing our basketball.
Allie, James addressed it with us at the beginning of his press conference, but in the wake of everything that happened in Texas today, how difficult was it to focus on basketball?
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, it's tough that those things just keep happening, and nothing changes. So you want to pray, you want to think about them, but it's just not enough. Thoughts and prayers aren't enough, and it's just something that it's hard to just go play a basketball game after so many families are going through just the unthinkable. It was very tough.
Any questions for Allie?
Hey, Allie. So in the beginning of the banner ceremony, James talked about running it back and how that was a big part of the season. Is that the standard right now? Is not only getting back to the finals and winning another championship, or is the season a disappointment if you don't?
I think our standard is just getting better every day. I don't think we're thinking about running it back or the end. We're just kind of thinking about the process, and because we know every season is different. Just because you do well or whatever you do the previous year doesn't mean it's going to happen again. So we're just trying to treat this season like a new season and just get better every day.
Lee arrived or was at practice today. I believe that was her first practice. What was it like just having another center into the fold here, just having a new teammate?
Yeah, it's just fun. I mean, she's so young and just smiling all the time. Just very positive. I feel like whenever she talks or is around everyone, you just want to laugh because she's just so young and just wide-eyed and just happy to be here. So we're excited to have her. We know she's a really good young talent, and we're just excited to try to teach her how we play and just integrate her a little bit more.
She gave you something, or the whole team something after practice. Can you tell us what that was?
Yeah, they're these little night lights. They're probably something, some kind of souvenir from China. So we all got a different one. Mine was a little bunny. Yeah, it was very sweet. She was like, I have something for you after, and she gave every single one, and it was very nice of her.
Any more questions for Allie? No? Thanks, Allie.
Thank you guys.
for the game today with the ring ceremony. I mean, what was that moment like? One, seeing the rings for the first time, and then also being able to celebrate with most of your teammates from last year.
It was special, and we've been waiting for this for a while. The build up, obviously, to see the rings for the first time. It's a really special moment to have everyone there. The crowd was awesome. It felt like we were back in the finals in October. So it was cool.
What do you just make of the trajectory of this franchise? I mean, you've been here for so long, you see it from its lowest points to its highest now. I mean, how proud are you of of the trajectory of this franchise since James came in 4 years ago?
Well, I'm really proud. That's one of the biggest reasons why I've stayed here so long is because we were building something and I believed in that. I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to help build it. To see us at the pinnacle last year, after everything, all the ups and downs, I think it speaks volumes to this franchise and the people here, the people that were able to come in and make an immediate impact. It's a special place and we're going to continue to grow.
One last thing. I mean, how hard was it today, just given everything that went down earlier with Texas, to come in and have to celebrate? One of your highs when other people are dealing with all the emotions of this. I mean, was it difficult heading into or coming into Wintrust today?
Yeah, it's heartbreaking, and you never want to have never want to celebrate when you know that there's parents that don't have any, that don't get to tuck their kids in at bed tonight. It's just unbelievable, and we have to make a change. We have to do something. They're all top of mind today, definitely for us.
Hey Sue, Kalia looked like she was skipping around the court when she opened the box with the ring, and she kind of met the rest of you guys over under the banner, and I just wonder what you guys kind of all shared in that moment, if she said anything specific or there was anything exchanged about what you thought of the rings.
I think just seeing the rings, we really had no idea what we were to expect when we opened that box. To see it, all the little details and the things that were unique to this team and that run. You could tell that they put a lot of time into it, and it's really special for us to all open them up and just enjoy it.
Salute. First of all, that's a fly jacket. I was mess with that.
Appreciate it, man.
But you guys have Kalia back. Talk about the impact that she brings to the team as a whole and how you guys are able to feel that impact tonight.
It just felt different the second Ka got back. You guys know, she has this energy about her. But it's not even energy. I mean, I think that we overuse that word a little bit. It's just for lack of a better term, she brings a swag that we just don't have without her. She's such a team, like a glue type player. And this is all things that besides just her incredible talent that she has on the court and how much she just impacts the game. She just is that player for us, and we all feed off of it. And so I think more than just on the court, it's the off the court stuff that really makes Ka special to this team.
And real quickly, just talk about how last year's impact of winning the title helped prepare you for moments where when games got real tight down the stretch, you guys were able to pull through in the final stretches of the game.
Yeah, I mean, we know that every game it's not going to be perfect. We made a lot of mistakes tonight, but yeah, we don't panic, and we know that it's 40 minutes and this is a game of runs. We just have to make more runs than the other team. We're just trying to build right now. It's still early, but yeah, the confidence that we have, knowing that when stuff goes bad, we can turn it around real quick. We have to just stay level-headed and not let our highs get too high, our lows get too low. And just, grind out some wins, because at the end of the day, I mean, the Fever, they fought, and they're a good team, and they have young talent, and I think they're going to be good in years to come, but we got to grind out wins. So.
Last two questions for Steve.
In 2020, you had to deal with everything that was going on in the country. This year, you have this shooting, the Supreme Court decision, BG being stuck in Russia. As a team, as a league, as a group of players, when everybody seems to look to the WNBA to be the first or one of the first people to speak on that, on things like that, how does that affect you? How does that affect the team? And what would you like to see from sports going forward?
I think the WNBA has always been, in the forefront of just setting an example, using their platform to speak on things like this. But at the end of the day, this is life, and we're all dealing with it. It's not just us, and we're all trying to make a positive impact. And that might look different every year, every day. It seems like something, but we're trying to just spread positivity and be good role models, and make an impact in our communities. And we're lucky enough to have the platform to do that. So we just continue to do the right thing. We have really, really amazing women in this league that can lead that type of stuff.
Awesome, thanks, Courtney.
Thank you.